Welcome to the Pub Sports Radio MLB Closing Time Show, Thursday, August 19th. Ian Cameron, Conor Mac, our Thursday guest, Jose Bouquett as well, breaking down, what's left of this Thursday MLB card. You know what this is? This is basically the hurricane has ripped through the city, the tornado has ripped through the residential neighborhood, and all we got left is the bits and pieces of the wreck left. And that's basically what we've got here. We've already had the big storm, and now this is basically just the bits and pieces and the calm after it with this mini little 4-game slate that we have tonight after the majority of the games were played early this afternoon. But we still got a few games. We'll see if we could still uncover some edges, uncover some winners for you with the remaining games on tonight's MLB card. So let's get to it. We will begin with the Minnesota Twins taking on the New York Yankees. We've got John Gant. Remember him? Former St. Louis Cardinal. Now a member of the Minnesota Twins. He's on the mound starting for the Twins, taking on Jameson Taillon here for the Yankees, the surging Yankees, who are now minus 240 to minus 250. Home favorites, 10.5 the total in this one. It's really, really tough because Gant is certainly not someone I'm ready to trust in Yankee Stadium against this very, very confident, surging Yankee team right now. A guy that's actually got overall good statistics for the year, not bad at all, but it's also been one of those guys where his xFIP, his FIP, his advanced numbers have consistently been much higher than his ERA, and not someone that long-term I've been saying, wow, he's going to keep maintaining this all the time. I find he gets into walk issues as well, and if you're going to walk guys at Yankee Stadium, that's asking for trouble because all it's going to take is that one big hit. Just ask our boy, my Canadian boy, Nick Pivetta, last night, which was disappointing. Can't walk guys at Yankee Stadium because all it takes is that one hit, and then all of a sudden it's a big inning. And that's what you worry about with Gant. He does have walk issues at times. Taillon's been much better of late. Yankee Stadium, a little bit up and down in this ballpark, but his form's been better. I'm just not stepping in front of the Yankees at all. However, spot-wise, it's not a Yankee spot. You know, they're off a huge series against Boston, the team they were chasing, and now they've passed them in the division. And now you're facing the Twins in a little sleepy environment, Thursday night type of game after a big series like that. So that does worry me enough to stay completely away from the Yankees. It's a complete and utter pass for me, this game. I'm not stepping in front of this surging team, but at the same point in time, it's not the optimal spot. They're off a very intense series that they desperately wanted badly against the Red Sox, and now they're playing a Twins team, and they could be caught maybe sleepwalking a little bit tonight, maybe. But if they are sleepwalking, are the Twins good enough to take advantage, and is Gant good enough to pitch well here in this ballpark? That I'm not convinced of either. So it's an easy game to say pass. Connor, do you got anything more on this one than I do? Twins and Yankees.
Yeah, the thing I can bring up is the sleepwalking because I look at the first 5 and it's a 6. And I want to play the under. And it's tough because Gant could walk, 2 or 3 guys and boom, there's a home run and it's all blown up. But Yankees just still have been playing unders for the most part. This team hasn't been in an over team really at all. Gant scares the shit out of me. He started showing his true shit, at his last days with the Cardinals. And Taillon's pitched really, really well lately. His ERA is down to 3.89, 7-4. I can't lay the number. Yankees are hot. I don't blame anyone that wants to take them. I wouldn't. I think there's a little value with the Twins, but I will be on the first 5 under 6 here, minus 120.
All right, first 5 under. We've seen this before. A team that's flat after a big series, and it's a low-scoring game. Dodgers were flat coming back from the road trip against Pittsburgh. That was a low-scoring game earlier this week. I keep thinking back to Giants against Pittsburgh as well, after playing the Dodgers low-scoring game. You often get that. You often get lower-scoring games in these kind of situations. Maybe you do that. Maybe you do see that here tonight. And the Yankee team total, I believe, is 6.5. I think it's 5.5 with juice, and then some other spots it's 6.5. So you're not exactly getting a bargain with that. Jose, anything here, Twins, Yankees?
Yeah, I don't want to, excuse me, I don't want to get in the Yankees' way. Unfortunately, I've done that too many times this last couple of days. So I'm off of it. I like Connor. I like your look of the first 5 under 6. I think that both teams can come out sleepy. And Jimmy the Bag was pretty adamant about our boy John Gant having a nice start today. So he took Twins first 5, I think, as well. So keep an eye out on that. I'll be watching that one closely. Only play that I have really right now is I'm watching this Angels-Tigers game. Tigers really trying to blow it, and I wouldn't hate I wouldn't hate a Angels live bet right now. And Turnsey, by the way, he has the A's, and the A's just took the lead 5-3. So good games on right now.
I have a piece of the A's as well. Not first five, all full game because their bullpen's been really good lately. So I decided I'm putting the whole thing on the full game with Oakland today. And they're up now at plus 142 is the price I got with Oakland for that. I just figured, you know what? They're trying to avoid the sweep. It's a real desperate situation. Cease has been a little bit more average lately for the White Sox, and he definitely was today. So Oakland so far so good with them, but still long way to go. Long way to go. The White Sox lineup is never out of a game. They're trailing 5-3 in the seventh. We'll see how that one winds up. Miami, Cincinnati, Zach Thompson and Luis Castillo, the pitching matchup here. Reds minus 270, 275 home favorites, 8.5 the total here, shaded to the under. How about the Reds getting cooled off by, of all teams, Chicago Cubs, who are on a double-digit losing streak prior to winning the last two games of that series against the Reds and winning it convincingly, 9-2 in those two games to wrap up that series over the Reds. So the Reds now in a mini 2-game skid. Now they'll try to pick themselves up off the mat against a Marlins team that just got swept by the Atlanta Braves at home. Definitely you would think the Reds are going to be looking to bounce back and atone from the last 2 days. They've got Castillo on the mound, who has had a much better portion of the season, really from about the early part of June. The first 2 months were rough for him, but he's been much better since then. He did have a little bit of a hiccup a couple starts ago against Cleveland, giving up 8 runs, 3.1 innings, but settled down again, pitched better against the Phillies, 3 runs, 5 hits, 6.2 innings in his last start. We'll see how he fares here against the Marlins. He's dominated them in 3 starts, and then he got roughed up in 1 start, but a lot of those were a long time ago. You have Zach Thompson on the hill for the Marlins. Pretty good in his last start, albeit against the Cubs. 1 run, 4 hits, 6 innings. His road ERA is not bad, 3.86 ERA, but the Marlins 0-5 in Zach Thompson's 5 road starts. This is another tricky one. I mean, I think Cincinnati probably wins the game, bounces back with Castillo with that offense, which had been really smashing the ball prior to the last couple games against the Cubs. It's just, where's the value, right? I mean, that's the issue. And that's going to be the problem we run into with September and late August baseball, guys. I mean, when you want to back the big favorites and you think they'll probably win, but where are you going to go? Where's the value going to be? Because the first 5 run line here, you got to lay minus 165. I'm not doing that. And even the full game run line, minus 1.5, minus 115 to minus 125. I'd lean that way, but I just don't love the price quite enough. So you're really stuck here, unless you take Miami money line or Miami plus a half a run here in this game. So it's unfortunately, hate to say it, first two games out of the 4 games that we're breaking down here, and I don't have a bet on the first 2, but it is what it is. Just a difficult game for me. What do you think here, Conor Mac, Marlins and Reds?
Yeah, we'll see if Castillo, he pitched better last time out against the Phillies. He went 6 2/3. He gave up 3 runs because he got shelled at Cleveland. He's pitched well at times against the Marlins, like you talked about. He's got hit hard once, but he's pitched well. The price is just huge here. Thompson's a guy I like, but at home, not on the road. You talked about his road starts. So he's a fade for me. I mean, I looked at the first 5 under 4.5, but I don't know if Thompson can go that well. And I don't trust Castillo, and I've had trouble pinpointing when he's on and when he's off. I've never been great with him here. So that was my only lean in this one. Other than that, the Reds just aren't hitting. Maybe Winker, him being out, it's affecting them. I mean, they still have sticks, but I don't know. It's a game. I'd be on the Marlins and definitely maybe the first 5 under 4.5, but I'm passing.
All right, Jose, a tricky game here, but you got anything here, Miami and Cincy?
Yeah, I really don't have much. The only thing that was even a little interesting was maybe betting a first 5 team total under from the Marlins, but that's almost at minus 140. So you really can't do much with this game. Like you guys said, the late September games with these teams that we all know are going to lose and are losing for draft position just make it really tough to bet. So if you got situations like the Orioles earlier in the day, you got to hit those. This is not one of those.
Yeah, it's definitely one you want to maybe be a little bit careful of. By the way, I missed something in the Twins-Yankees game. There is a bet. I'm going to make on that game, and maybe I should have saved it till a Jack of the Day, but I'll mention it now. Anthony Rizzo to hit a home run against Gant. He does have one in the past against John Gant, and he's 6 for 12 against him. And remember, he's seen John Gant a lot more than a lot of those other Yankee batters because of John Gant's time in St. Louis and Anthony Rizzo's time with the Chicago Cubs, division mates. So definitely keep that in mind. He's seen a lot of this Gant in the past, and he's got a home run against him. So there you go, Anthony Rizzo for a home run prop in that Twins-Yankees game. Thankfully, from a side and total perspective, I do have something on the next game. The Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals. We've got Brandon Woodruff on the mound here for the Brewers, taking on Rizzo's in the lineup tonight, by the way. It's confirmed. Someone asking in the chat. Yes, he's in. He's batting second tonight, and then a confirmed Yankee lineup there. So there you go. He will be in tonight for those wondering. We've got Brewers and Cardinals here. Brandon Woodruff, John Lester. The pitching matchup in this one, Milwaukee minus 190 to 200. Road favorites, 8 the total in this one. Anybody buying John Lester pitching well again after that last good start? Hands up, not mine. My hand's not going up there. I'm going to have to see it again from Lester. Granted, he was better in his last outing. 1 run, 7 hits, 5.2 innings, and a win against Kansas City. But I'm not ready to think that's the sign of a turnaround by any stretch. Let's not forget before that, 7 runs against Miami, 5 runs against the Nats, 5 runs against the Padres, 8 runs allowed to the Giants, 3 runs to the Orioles, 6 runs to the Braves, 5 runs to Kansas City the first time he faced them here at Busch Stadium. It's not been good. And by the way, his starts in St. Louis this year, since they got him, those have been brutal. The 2 starts for John Lester with the Cardinals here at Busch Stadium against Atlanta and Kansas City. How about 11 runs, 15 hits allowed in just 10.1 innings? Not good for John Lester here. On the flip side, you got Woodruff. Just continues to just be solid, consistent. Mostly every game, you're going to get at least 5-6 innings out of him. Mostly every game, you're going to get 3 runs or less allowed by Brandon Woodruff. It's been more of the same this year. He faced the Cardinals once back in May earlier this year, dominated them, 10 strikeouts, 1 run, 7.2 innings of work. You look at the Brewers, that's a backbreaker of a loss for St. Louis last night. They led most of that game. They blow it in the 9th inning. They lose in extra innings. They lose ground in the wild card. You can't be like they got themselves just inching their way back into maybe getting to the NL wild card, and they just keep blowing these chances, and a tough loss. The good news for them is they got the Reds to lose yesterday, and the San Diego Padres lost again yesterday, the team they're chasing for that second wild card spot. So they didn't lose any ground. That's the good news, but you can't keep on squandering games like that if you're the St. Louis Cardinals. You've already got enough ground to try to make up. You wonder how they respond today. I've got my questions about that. The Cardinals, by the way, their offense has been better lately. They've been hitting the ball pretty well. I think that anybody can do some damage against Lester, and I think you'll see this lineup be able to do enough damage to let Milwaukee win this game. I'm on the Brewers here, first 5 innings, which is around minus 140, minus a half a run in the first 5 innings for Milwaukee, and a little bit too on the full game run line here. This could be a bullpen game, but Milwaukee's got a deeper pen. St. Louis went through all their big relievers last night, their key relievers, and they pitched a lot of innings logged, a lot of pitches from a lot of their best relievers. You got to think that St. Louis bullpen could be a little bit depleted tonight going into this game. So I'm on the 2 run lines here. Milwaukee minus a half a run, minus 140, first 5 innings, and also Milwaukee minus 1.5, minus 115 for the full game as well in this one. I'm back on the fade John Lester train. I don't give a damn that he finally beat me in his last start. Conor Mac, what do you think here? Brewers Cardinals.
Yeah, I want to back this big price with the Cardinals at home dogs, but they just can't seem to get it done. That offense, the team just can't get hits in key times. It's like they'll jump up on a game, a couple runs, and they don't score anything the rest of the way. It kind of happened yesterday. Again, they couldn't score any runs. I'd be on the Brewers too. The run line's minus 120. I don't know if I even want to mess with that. I kind of like the team total of 4.5. You can get it minus 125, minus 130 as well. I think Woodruff will be good. Yeah, and that bullpen, they've given up runs, and I don't want Lester. I mean, the last 2 games he pitched against Kansas City, You gave up 5 that one start, then you gave up 1. I don't put anything into that. I just don't want him here. So give me the Brewers on the team total over 4.5.
All right, Brewers team total over 4.5. By the way, this is one of those starts for Woodruff. He's actually had a day pushed back with this start. 6 days, an extra day of rest for Woodruff, and a guy that throws hard, guys that's got obviously very, very hard throwing pitcher. He could that arm of his could be popping even more tonight with the extra day of rest. And his road ERA, by the way, has been just terrific. 2.11 ERA is what we're looking at in terms of the road ERA this year for Brandon Woodruff. So it's been very, very good away from Miller Park. Jose, what do you like here with Milwaukee and St. Louis?
I'm surprised neither one of you guys said this. Brewers team total over 2.5 in the first 5 is minus 102 on Pinnacle currently. I think that was definitely my favorite play. Kind of goes all along with both of you. Ian, you like the first 5. Connor, you like the full game total. It's all just combined together.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you know what's good about the over 2.5 in the first 5 with the team total? Not that the over 4.5 full game won't win, but you really keyhole, Lester. You really get into, if you just focus on Lester.
I think that bullpen's just as bad though.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I like that play. I don't know if I want to double up in a certain situation, but I agree. To that play, I would play it.
Angels, by the way, 10-9 now. Tigers are only up by 1, so I hope you guys got those live bets in because Tigers are begging to blow this game already.
Yeah, and there's still an 8th and the 9th inning to go after this, so that's the scary part. You still got 6 outs to go after this inning, and it looks like it's gonna be one of those days for the Tigers bullpen. Reminds me of when I was freaking out on air earlier this year. They were playing the Twins, and they kept blowing the friggin' leads, and I had Detroit that. I don't have Detroit today, which is why I'm much calmer. Thankfully, I just had the over and cashed that a long, long time ago. So, and now I'm just sitting back, and I'm a lot more calm and at ease now watching this rather than being involved with the Tigers ticket, seeing this unfold. All right, 7th inning stretch. It's weird we have the 7th inning. Oh, man, that feels good. All right. That feels good. 7th inning stretch, just 17 minutes or so into the show. Like we said, just a very small card tonight in MLB. We thank you, though, for joining us, even though it's a shorter slate to work with tonight. Sam Calmer, Matthew Russell, Turnsey, Moises, I should say, and losing it, JR, Abel Alvarez, Matthew Russell, great stuff, Michael Robertson, who else have we got? Harold Williams, Jimmy Gomez, Big Daddy Boom. We appreciate all of you guys. Mark Schillingberg, the real DJ X. Thanks to everyone. Raymond Reddington, Helpful Honda. I like that name, Helpful Honda. Are Hondas helpful? I don't know. Thank you to everyone in the chat for joining us. Can't Get Right, Solat Media, Harold Williams. Thank you to everyone in the chat for joining us today on the MLB Closing Time Show. So let's wrap it up. It's the final game. New York Mets, LA Dodgers. The Mets getting they needed that win more than a human being needs oxygen to breathe. Well, maybe not quite that much, but pretty damn close yesterday against the San Francisco Giants. If they had lost that game too, I mean, you might as well just end the Mets season right then and there at the Bay Area yesterday. But they pulled it out in extra innings. They desperately needed a win, something to feel good about. We'll see if they can carry it over because they're going to need all the good vibes they have in them and then some against this LA Dodgers team. We don't know who's going to be the starter right now for this Dodgers team to be determined. It's going to be one of those quote-unquote bullpen days once again for Dave Roberts with the starting pitching staff, a MASH unit right now for various reasons. The Dodgers were minus 185, minus 190 home favorites initially, total 9 in this game. I think more than anything, what did we see last night? They did absolute damage to JT Brubaker. It was that's about as rough a start to a game as he could have possibly had. The Dodgers just absolutely lit him up like a Christmas tree in August last night in that game. And I think the Dodgers team total over is probably maybe the way I would go here in this game. Now, look, Taijuan Walker dazzled somehow the Dodgers last weekend when these teams played at Citi Field in Queens. But this is a good lineup. This is a deep lineup. and now they get a second time to face the same pitcher in less than a week. You've got to believe that's going to lead to much better results for the Dodgers against Walker, who, let's be honest, prior to that surprising good start against the Dodgers last weekend, had been really trending in a downward direction since the All-Star break. I don't know if I'll get there with a bet in this game, but I'm definitely going to take a look at least at the Dodgers team total over. I believe it'll be 5.5 at a plus price. That's what I'm kind of seeing at a few books right now. Not every book has the team totals right now and won't have them until the Dodgers name a starter, but a couple books do, and I'm seeing 5.5 at a plus price with that Dodgers team total over. So that's definitely something I might take a look at tonight. Connor, anything here? Mets, Dodgers.
Yeah, I want the Dodgers seeing Walker second time in a week. Yeah, I was on that game. He shit all over me. He pitched great. But the Dodgers have had success against him in the past. And his problem is the long ball. And I think without his spider tack, I think he'll get hit here on the road, different spot. He's not at home. I think the Dodgers score some runs. I'm going to wait too. I was on the Dodgers team total yesterday. I might go back there today. I haven't decided. I'm going to wait for the lineups. But yeah, I'd be on the Dodgers here tonight. I obviously going to wait for the line. Maybe the Mets can score. Maybe it's an over too. I'm just going to wait for the pitchers.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. Jose, anything here? Mets, Dodgers.
I think my lean would be to the Mets here, actually. It feels weird taking a Mets line recently because of how bad they've been. They've been my only saving grace to think about the Red Sox and compare them with. At least my owner's not bad-mouthing my team openly on Twitter. But I would lean towards the Mets here. Taijuan Walker's a good pitcher. Has had his moments of being bad this year. It feels like it's been a while since he's good. I would roll those dice. Probably a stay away. But, Connor knows how I feel about the last game of the card, too. So weird stuff happens at night.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like the old hip-hop song, the freaks come out at night. Sometimes that's what happens with the late-night baseball games, for sure. Weird shit sometimes can happen. But, yeah, I just get a feeling it's not going to be one-run, two-hit baseball into the seventh inning tonight for Taijuan Walker against the Dodgers, like it was at Citi Field just last weekend. The one thing, though, is the Mets went through the abyss, went through a bad reeling, losing one game after the next, and they finally won a game yesterday. And sometimes teams can get a spark from that. It's really the only thing I'm concerned about, but I don't know if it's enough of a concern to maybe look toward Dodgers team. I just think they're going to end up having a much better night production-wise against Taijuan Walker, getting to face him for the second time in less than a week. And look, if you're Stephen Cohen, the owner of the Mets, that's the thing with you being a vocal public face and public figure as an owner. And if you're going to go on Twitter every day and converse with the fans and, respond to questions and respond to comments from the fans on Twitter, which he loves to do, you got to be willing to take the heat sometimes when things go bad. The one thing I don't like him criticizing his players publicly, but there's the flip side to that, guys, is, it's nice that April and May and June, when things were going well for the Mets, he's on there every day and praising the team and excited and reveling with the fans about how well things were going, leading the division and all that. I'm at least impressed that he didn't just bail on Twitter, run away and hide under a blanket, whatever, with the team just falling apart. At least he's come out on Twitter and said something, rather than just, hey, you're going to be on Twitter and tweet up a storm as the owner when things are good, but when things are bad, you hit the highway, you hit the road, nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. I at least like that he showed up, and even if it was a critical comment toward the team, at least he's not hiding. He's still on there, and he's still saying something about the mess that this team's been for the last couple of weeks. So it's kind of a back and forth. Yeah, should he be criticizing his own players? Probably not, but at least he's not hiding and disappearing. It's like, or a front runner or a bandwagon guy. Things are going well. Things are going great. I can tweet left and right. Things are going down the old sinkhole, the old toilet. I disappear. Can't be found. Nowhere to be found. Not a peep on Twitter. At least he didn't go that road either. So I could go back and forth with it personally. Connor, you were about to say something. What did you think of that Mets owner? He's definitely.
Yeah, I just think that. Yeah, that's just personality. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he'd back away. This is a guy that I've heard stories of him That he'll yak up on anything and he'll argue about anything. So that doesn't surprise me. He's going to run and hide. He'd rather go on Twitter, and that's fine. But yeah, that's all I want to say.
I still think the Mets fan overall likes that guy, though, as the owner, Cohen. I mean, you got to like him. It's better than Will
better
Pons,
than the
for
last.
crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The Will Pons were just, it was embarrassing, to be honest with you, what happened under their leadership. But that's another story. That is the Thursday MLB card. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. We'll wrap up in a few minutes with home run props, with Jack of the Day, and with best bets in just a few moments. But first, messages from our sponsors, Southtown 101 and Manscaped. When you're in San Antonio, stop in at Southtown 101. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, and karaoke. The perfect pub environment at Southtown 101. Manscaped, promo code PUBSPORTS, 20% off your purchase by using that promo code. You can get Lawnmower 4.0, new and improved. You can get any Manscaped product and get 20% off your overall purchase with the promo code PUBSPORTS. And mybookie.ag, promo code PUBSPORTS. Football season's here. No better time than right now. Sign up for an account, deposit some money in it. Bitcoin's an accepted currency there for your deposit as well. Check it out, mybookie.ag. Get yourself ready for football season. Use the promo code PUBSPORTS. If you missed it earlier today, Ian Cameron's Football Frenzy, we talked about the CFL card for this week, a little NFL as well, with our special guest was Sandy Beveridge, former CFL player, joining the show today. So make sure you tune in to the Football Frenzy show that I did earlier today, every Thursday, if you missed it. And also, if you missed it, Conor Mac and I, we put in some serious work, guys. Serious hours with these college football conference betting previews this week. We did. I mean, we knocked it out of the park in terms of information. I mean, in terms of information and quarterbacks and coaching changes and schedule analysis and all of this stuff. Can't ask for a more comprehensive college football betting preview than what we did for you. We went through all 5 power conferences, one video for each. We did the group of 5 conferences all together in one video and the independent teams in one video. Make sure you check out those college football betting preview videos, a great resource to get you ready for the college football season. So they're up on the Pub Sports Radio YouTube channel. If you've missed them or haven't checked them out yet, make sure you set aside some time and make those plans to check out those college football betting preview videos. They're going to help you learn a few things and get you ready. No question about that for football. All right. It is time for best bets in a few minutes, but first, Jack of the Day.
Well, see you later.
All right. There we go. Jack of the Day. Obviously only 4 games, so I'm probably just going to stick with Rizzo. His 2 home runs against John Gant, 6 for 12, 500 average. Actually, I'll throw one in, and it's funny. Even though I like Milwaukee tonight, it can't ignore that Tyler O'Neill is 2 for 7 against Woodruff, and both hits have been home runs, and he's Canadian. So I might sprinkle a little on Tyler O'Neill for the Cardinals, and he has hit the ball pretty well lately in this going into this game. I wouldn't argue with some Dodgers. Smith, Seager, Muncy, Bellinger, take your pick. They've all homered against Walker in the past. So that's what I'm looking at for Jack of the Day. Conor Mac, what do you got?
Yeah, I like the O'Neill one, 2 for 7 with Jack. I'm going to go Yelich and Escobar, 2 Brewers, plus 450 and plus 400. And you mentioned the Dodgers. You're losing a little bit on Muncy and Will Smith, but give me Trey Turner, plus 400. Give me his first Jack here, Dodger Stadium. He's plus 400. That's my last one.
right, good stuff. Jose, if you've got anything for home run props, Jack of the Day, let us know. If not, what's your best bet tonight?
Jack of the Day, I think I'll also jump on the Max Muncy train. He's been so hot recently. Just ride that out. As for best bet, not a hefty card to pick from. I think if you watch the whole show, you'll probably know which way I'm going here. Bet that really jumped out at me is Brewers' first 5 team total over 2.5, minus 101. So you got basically even money. Good line. I already gave out 2 best bets today, and it was the Tigers. Both of them hit, thankfully. So rolling there. Going into tomorrow, I think only down 2 or 1 units on the year. Going to be an interesting show next week on Jimmy the Bag, or I'm betting with the bag. If I get into the black, I get to shave without being fired. That'll be very fun. And also, one more plug before I go. The NFL futures are starting soon. Jimmy the Bag and Bebsy. Ian, you know Bebsy well. That will be starting. That will be starting on Sunday or Monday, I believe. Most likely Sunday, but I will let you guys know officially. But that will start next week. We'll have all the previews for every division, futures, all that good stuff. So tune in for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob Bebenick, Bebsy. That's the hockey nickname that we call him. There you go, Bebsy. But yeah, and a comedian as well. So he's done that in the past. So Rob Bebenick, Bebsy, and Jimmy the Bag with NFL. They're going to probably do it like a lot like what we did, division previews and futures and win totals and all that stuff. Futures to win the conference, the division, the Super Bowl. So make sure you check that out as well. I mean, you're going to be completely and utterly ready for NFL and college football season, but just by watching this channel, you're going to be ready for football season. We're going to have our football programming coming up. We're going to unveil that as well. It's coming up. Couple of weeks is really when the football schedule gets going for real, starting that week of August 30th. So we are very much looking forward to that. It's going to be very, very exciting. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for best bets. I don't know if I can't wait for best bets. I think I can wait because best bets have gone in the shitter for me the last few days. But there's always a chance for a turnaround. Hopefully tonight's that night. We'll go to Conor Mac. We know Jose likes Milwaukee, team total over 2.5, first 5 innings for his best bet. Conor Mac, what do you like for your best bet?
Yeah, not a ton here. I just got to go full game. It's got to be my best bet over 4.5, minus 125. Just in case Lester goes, I'm going to go full game, 4.5 total. I also have one other bet on the card. You know, I'm going to hold my nose. The wind's kind of blowing out. You got Gann on the mound, but I have Yanks Twins. I'll just give you it first 5 under 6, minus 120 as well.
There you go. First 5 under 6, Yankees Twins, and but superior best bet, the best bet, Milwaukee team total over 4.5 for Conor Mac. Well, there's going to be 3 best bets, and they're all going to be the Milwaukee Brewers in some form, but they're all different types of bets. First 5 team total, full game team total for Conor. Mine's going to be the first 5 minus a half a run, minus 140. I like that one the best just because I think Woodruff could really shut down St. Louis because he's been dominant against St. Louis.
It's worked all year.
Great road ERA.
Yeah,
yep. And then all I need from Milwaukee is just, get a few runs. They get to like 2 or 3 runs by that end of the 5th inning. This is going to cash because I think Woodruff could hold the Cardinals down, and then Milwaukee can take care of the rest. So hopefully this is the best bet slump buster tonight. Milwaukee minus a half a run, minus 140, first 5 innings. That is going to be my best bet for this abbreviated Thursday night MLB card. That'll wrap up this edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. Thanks to everyone in the chat. We'll be back tomorrow on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, with the Friday edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. For Conor Mac, for our Thursday guest, Jose Bouquett, I'm Ian Cameron, signing off. Have a great Thursday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we'll see you again tomorrow on Friday for the MLB Closing Time Show right here on Pub Sports Radio.